Joined by Stan Shamu from IG in Melbourne. Stan, interesting to see US equities. They were down, modestly weaker, certainly off the lows. Was it due to the worries about what we're seeing in Ukraine and Gaza?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this sort of sentiment extended from Asia and through Europe as well, when there was a lot of cautious trade just on fears that this situation will escalate through US trade. But of course we had Obama scheduled to speak in US trade, and he actually came out and really reiterated what the market already knew. So as a result, after having seen some selling heading into the speech, markets started being bought up again, and we actually managed to finish just a touch off the day's highs, and of course just slightly weaker, but it was well off the lows, which was quite important for markets as well. I think that sentiment has really been encouraged by the fact that there's a few big earnings coming up in the US. Of course, we've got about 31% of companies in the S&P reporting this week, and tonight we've got heavyweights such as McDonald's, Apple, and Microsoft all reporting, and this definitely will set the scene for exactly what to expect out of US growth this year. So as a result, I think sentiment really is being driven by earnings, and whilst we are seeing cautiousness on the geopolitical risk front, I think this is balancing each other out at the moment.
So how does this impact regional markets at the open? Of course, we've also got Japan coming back online too, don't we, after a holiday?
Yeah, absolutely. We're actually calling our local market up a couple of points now. So after a fairly weak US trade, I think the futures have certainly bounced back. So we might actually see a positive print on the Australian market at the open. Of course, some gains for oil and gold, not too comforting as well, though, just given the fact that they're mainly driven by these the geopolitical risk. But this should be enough to keep some of the resource plays buoyant today. Of course, yesterday the materials space really lagged the rest of the market as defensives and yield plays took over from as the leaders. So this probably could be a theme that might continue through the week, but it's all up to whether or not the gains in gold and oil will be enough to really help the resource names recover today. On the earnings front, or on the reporting front rather, we've got Oil Search reporting its second quarter output today, and that should be quite interesting. This stock's been up quite significantly this year, I think around 20% year to date, and it's really been helped by commercialization of its projects and of course bringing production online along with sales. So it'll be one of the most interesting ones to watch, as it's really outperformed that energy space quite significantly this year so far. We've also got Star Pharma, which had a very good day yesterday and really helped the healthcare space after getting FDA approval for its Vivagel project in the US. So that stock was up about 14%, and it'll be interesting to see if it can continue its gains as well after breaking a pretty significant downtrend line.
Stan, just finally, Aussie dollar obviously in focus ahead of the Glenn Stevens speech. What might we get from the RBA governor?
I think with the RBA or the governor's speech, it will be more about whether or not he will continue with some of the key themes we've heard from him recently. Of course, the first one is an elevated Australian dollar. He's obviously been quite vocal about this, and whether or not he continues to talk it down will be another matter, considering last time he commented that he doesn't really want to continue jawboning the dollar, but in the process he still managed to talk it down. And of course, the extent to which the pickup in non-mining investment will help offset some of the drop-off in mining investment, and whether or not we're already seeing good signs of this. I think we also have Assistant Governor DeBell speaking as well. Now, he's just participating in a panel, so perhaps there won't be as much insight from this speech. But in the emerging market space, we've got Indonesia's election results as well being announced today. I think the market's well positioned for a Jokowi victory with about 52.9% of the votes. But there has been speculation that the opposition's not too happy about this, and they're likely to protest the result. And if this does happen, then we might see some of the gains we've seen, particularly in the Indonesian equities and bonds, start to unravel, along with the rupiah as well. And this could really cause some discomfort for the risk space, which is already struggling from geopolitical concerns. So that's probably something to look out for the region today.
Stan, appreciate that. Thank you.
Cheers, buddy.
Stan Shamu there from IG. Well, let's turn to some of the other corporate news that we're watching this morning. A class action has been launched against Newcrest Mining over the company's massive